No injuries to report so far.
What about Jordan Mason? Why didn't he play?
Hip soreness.
How did Josh Dobbs play?
Did a good job. Led us on a few drives, scoring drives. Made a couple plays when nothing was there. I thought it was similar to last week.
Did he go first because he's ahead, or what's that competition?
No, we just planned on giving Brandon first last week, and we're going to give Dobbs first this week. So haven't decided on next week yet, but that was the plan from the beginning.
It was your first chance to see Jacob Cowing in some game action. How did he put himself?
I was happy with him. We'll see more when we watch the tape, but I think first and foremost, just his poise on the punt returns was good to see. He made good decisions with that stuff, and made a couple plays, on the jet sweep, a couple plays in the pass game. So it was good to get him out there.
One winners.
He bruised his knee in practice.
Did you throw the early challenge flag because you were bored again?
No, just heard he was out, so I just threw it. And we all need reps. No, I didn't.
Did you do that again for the third game?
I haven't decided yet. I'm not sure yet.
But why this year are you doing that? I mean, you've had other talented guys on offense. So why did you do it with Clint this preseason?
I just like Clint more than everyone else. No, no, that's not it. Just been thinking about doing it for a while. Can't really explain why. I think certain years, sometimes you want to do it, especially when you're getting a feel for a quarterback. You want them to get used to. I think our quarterback I've been with for 2 years, so Brock's used to me. Clint and Brian have been doing a lot of the meetings with the quarterbacks. BA was with us last year. Just didn't feel like I needed to this year, and Clay's been great at it. So.
Had nothing to do with the Kubiaks.
What's that?
Had nothing to do with the Kubiaks on both sides.
It actually didn't. No, it didn't. But should have said it was that.
So many of your starters missing tonight are not available. Why did you want to see Brock tonight, and what did you see from him?
Just thought it'd be good for him to get a couple reps in, or a couple drives in. We were hoping it would be one long drive just to get him out, similar to what BA had last week. But we had, I think it was 2 3-and-outs, so I don't want to go past that. I think it's good for quarterbacks to get in. Felt good with the guys that were in there, and we're pretty conservative with what we did with them, and I felt Brock kind of wanted to do it too.
You plan to play him again on Friday?
Yes.
How do you
What
evaluate
did you
Brock?
think of Tanner Mordecai and how he played before?
I thought he did a good job. He got a couple chances with some throws. He ran the huddle very well. He got us in and out. I think he took us on that drive to get a field goal there at the end. Wish he'd got a little bit more, but did good with what we gave him.
How do you feel Brock did all things considered?
There were 2 frustrating drives, just 3 and out. I don't think there was much there when he had it. He had a chance to make a big play on a keeper going back across, but not enough plays. There weren't really any good looks for him either.
Kyle, when you were not calling plays, what were you doing with your spare time?
Chewing seeds, threw a challenge, made a couple timeouts. No, just talking to coaches, making sure we had the right people in there. There's a lot of guys on the roster, and you want to make sure that guys get their opportunities, but also put guys in positions that you can evaluate where things are close, and that's kind of more of the stuff I was paying attention to.
Was there any hesitancy in putting Brock out there when you had so many non-starters out there in the field?
Yeah, you always think about that stuff. If we thought it was an issue, we wouldn't have done it, but we were good with the guys out there. If Brock wouldn't have gone, probably wouldn't have played Jake. Definitely would have had Colton and Jalen go as long, but we felt good with the group.
You took 3 more than 1 tap hits on the first 2 series where you're like,
What's that?
Brock took like 3 hits or more than 1 taps on the first 2 series where you're like, maybe enough is enough.
Yeah, you think about that all the time, but it's also part of football, and I think he protected himself well. If we felt he was in a tough situation, we wouldn't have, but a lot of quarterbacks play throughout the league, and each week's different. I think it helps Brock to play, and last year he didn't get to as much with his arm, but thought it was good for him to get out there, even though it wasn't 2 great drives. And I know he was really wanting to do it, and hopefully it'll make him in a better position for this when we go to the Raiders.
Is Juwan Jennings injured, or did he just have the night off?
No, Juwan has an injury. I forget exactly what it was. I think it's somewhere in oblique, but something that shouldn't bother him next week.
Quarterback job comes down, or it seems to be, between Allen and Dobbs. What did you think of the two of them tonight, especially Dobbs and that big touchdown?
Yeah, I thought they both did well with the reps they were given. Dobbs got to play a little bit more, and I thought he did a real good job leading us on those drives. When Brandon came in, he did the same. So it was very similar to last week. The games have been tight. The practices have been tight. So that's a good problem we have right now.
I know there's still time, but you've got a couple pretty highly drafted rookies who haven't played at all in preseason. Is time sort of running out for you to know whether they can be, on the week one roster?
Yeah, I mean, that stuff's always tough when guys get hurt and they're not out there, especially, when guys get hurt right away. So that was so good for Jake to be able to go through this week, stay healthy through this week, and get a play in that game. Hopefully, we're expecting to get Isaac back next week, so hopefully practice will go well and we can take a look at him in the game, and hopefully Ricky will get there too.
With so many offensive players out for practice and these games, and not a lot of continuity, are you prepared for the possibility earlier in the year that you may have to win a different way? I mean, like with a lot of defense and kicking field goals, and whereas in the past years when you hit the ground running, you were scoring 30 points.
Yes, but I mean, you always feel like we've had to win a number of ways, a number of times here, so you look at that each week, even when you feel your offense is firing on all cylinders, you still, what's the best way to win a game? And that changes week in and week out. And I like to think we're built to do it a lot of different ways. I think we have done it a lot of different ways in our tenure here. And that's kind of what we always talk about. What does it take to win? And you try to figure that out by studying, putting together a game plan, and then you do what you can in the game to find a way, and you really don't care how it looks or what happens. You just do whatever you can to win.
Well, you really haven't had a quarterback, even a backup who could really run effectively. What does Dobbs' talent, what is he showing you? What does that add to what you can do on offense?
I mean, I think there's a fine line when, Dobbs can make a lot of plays with his legs. When you have like a true running quarterback where you can put in all the running plays for them, I don't want to necessarily put Josh in that category. But he is a guy that if you don't honor him, you can run those plays. And if you aren't honoring him in that way and you can run those plays, you're going to get a lot of really good looks, just like he did last year in Arizona and things like that. That's stuff that, Sam Darnold was capable of too. You got to have the threat with your legs and stuff. You got to be willing to do it, but it's not something that you would ever major in with him. Seeing how his shoulder reacts this week. He's running routes, feeling good and stuff, but we don't want to put him in there getting hit and things like that, and some awkward positions till we know he can pass all the tests and do everything. So he's day to day right now.
Was that you here tonight?
I believe so. Yeah. No, I think he was sitting with all the IR players and stuff that we put in a box.
George Kittle really criticized us last week for not wearing nice shoes. How seriously do you take your shoe game, and what are you wearing tonight?
I'm wearing Jordans right now, and I don't take it that seriously. I like to wear nice shoes, but I don't like to shop, and I don't do things online very much. So people got to usually give them to me, and I appreciate it when they do.
Is Towns in the running to be the opening day punt returner, and would it be okay to have a rookie in that role, especially on the main line for first week of the season?
Yeah, we want to figure out whoever the best punt returner is on our 53. And he looked pretty good today. We drafted him hoping that he could have the potential to do it. Tonight was really the first time that we were able to get him out there, and he's had a week of being healthy, so he's definitely got a chance to, but tonight was a step in the right direction.
Had a couple big plays tonight. What have you seen from him so far this preseason, and has anything changed from the last couple of years he's been here?
Curtis just gets better each year. He's been here for a while, helps out a lot on special teams, runs the show as the Mike linebacker. Really enjoyed having Curtis here, and gets better each week, and it's going to have some tough decisions here when it comes down to the end.
Cody Schrader, statistically, I'm not sure, it looks great. In the preseason, he's looked impressive kind of in practices. How would you kind of gauge where he is and what you've seen from him this summer?
Similar to college, he's a good running back. He knows how to run the ball. He hits the right holes, doesn't mess around, lowers his pads, and falls forward. He's been good in practice, and he's done a good job with his opportunity in these two games.
Did you do a production meeting with Tom Brady?
Yes, like a pretend one. We did one with Mark and those guys too. It was good. It's always fun to talk to the GOAT.
Questions for him?
Lots. like every play of his career. No. Better than usual. Not to be confused with that good, but better than usual. All right, thanks, guys.
11 plays, how do you evaluate what happened out there during that time?
Yeah, I mean, I think it was good just to get out there, get a feel for obviously the game speed and getting hit and trying to go through reads and stuff and just get the feel again. So obviously it wasn't as productive as I'd had liked to have been myself, but you know, that's why it's preseason. Get out there and get a feel like that. So
When did you find out that you'd be playing in this game?
I want to say about a week ago. Got back from Nashville pretty early. So yeah, they asked me if I wanted to play, and I said, yeah, I'd like to get out there and get a feel for it. So
What's it like to be hitting the plays for Quinn?
it's been good. You know, I like just the way he calls plays and everything, and obviously it's preseason, so it's pretty, you know, just our basic concepts and plays. We're not scheming up other defenses or anything like that. So having him get some reps of calling plays, I think is good for him, and I like how he sees the game and the field and everything. So it's pretty good.
You said you didn't mind getting hit. I mean, is that just kind of the rite of passage that you look for in a preseason game? And then not only the hit, but you land on your throwing shoulder. So is there a hazard to that?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, at practice you're not getting that. You know, you're obviously you get a pass rush and all that kind of stuff, but to get out in the game and understand that, you know, there's a mental clock where you have to get the ball out or else you're going to get hit, or there's times where you do have to stand in there and take some hits. Like, that's the kind of stuff you can get in practice. And so honestly, it's those things that, you know, I liked just the idea of playing in a preseason game to feel again, you know, before the season gets here and everything. So it's good reps for me. It's a good feel for me as a quarterback. So you know, I didn't mind it. You know, it's part of the game.
Fans on social media didn't love you getting hit. You took, you know, three decent shots in the first two series. Do you have any thought at all, like, maybe I should duck out of here, you know, not go for a third series?
No, I mean, like I said, it's part of the game and stuff. So for me, I'm not out there freaking out about, oh my gosh, I'm not trying to get hit. Like, that's not football. You know, if I'm stepping out in the field, then obviously I know what's at stake in terms of it's a physical game. It's fast. Things happen. You're going to get hit. You're going to fall to the ground. So I know that. But at the same time, am I going to do some crazy scrambling and you know, make up some stuff to try to move the ball? So you got to be smart in that sense. So
17 practices in now, and a lot of offensive players have been missing since the beginning of practice, or some missing sporadically. Do you still think you by week one you can really hit the ground running and be a sharp offense, or is time running out for that in terms of being really good week one?
Yeah. No, obviously I think we got to take it day by day and get guys healthy. You know, that's the first thing. I can't just sit up here and tell everybody that, you know, we're going to be perfect and we're going to look 100% come game one. Like, obviously everyone's different in terms of their bodies being, you know, healthy. And so, but from, you know, the history that we have with guys rehabbing and getting healthy in our medical staff, they get guys ready. And I think, you know, come week one, we'll have a good majority of us ready to roll. So I'm pretty confident in that. And obviously the coaches are going to do some good scheming and stuff. And I think we will hit the ground running. So
What do you think of Dobbs out there tonight?
he's a baller, man. He makes plays, goes through his reads, and brings energy, man. He's out there making plays, and guys feed off it. You know, that's football. You know, it's not always going to be pretty, and you drop back and everything's going to be perfect. Like, you're going to have to make plays off schedule and bring some juice to the team, and guys feed off that. So love having him in the room, and like I said, he's pretty electric.
Brock, last week you told me that Tanner could rip it, and we got a chance to see him tonight. I thought he looked pretty good. What did you think of his first performance?
Yeah, man, awesome. To get out there, get into a rhythm, make, you know, a couple good throws on the run, and you know, he was in rhythm, on time, making good decisions, man. So to go out there, fourth quarter, you know, you never know what's going to happen or what defenses are going to be doing at that point, but he went out there and ran our offense pretty efficiently. So I'm pumped for him, and I know that's going to continue to boost his confidence as he plays more. So pumped for him.
Nick Sickel's kind of bounced around a little bit.
at center guard. I mean, you've had kind of a front row seat watching him and being around him. How do you feel about how he's developed and taken on a couple different positions?
Yeah, I think Nick's ready for it. He's smart, like I said before. Obviously, he's learned from Brendel, and he's a guy that's come in and sort of earned the respect of all the guys in the room that he's playing with. And so, for me to see him go and play both center and guard, and being ready for his number to be called, I think he's done a good job with all of it, and he's going to be ready for it, ready for his opportunity. And obviously, I got his back, and I know that he's going to continue to get better as we go and as he gets more reps. So, yeah.
Accomplish on Friday, what would be a perfect preseason finale for you and stuff?
I mean, obviously, you want to get as close as you can to the feeling of how it's going to be week one, against New York, and getting your feet out there and that feeling of, putting a drive together, moving the ball, first downs, points on the board. I think that's what I'm sort of going to chase for that game, and I know we all are as starters. So that's the goal. That's the goal every time we step out in the field. But week one's rolling up closer, than we know it. So going to be ready for it.